Guys, hello. Compared to my guides for Divinity Original Sin 2, Pillars of Eternity 2 is way more complicated and it's got way more things to know about before you start the game. This guide is only for the beginners and what you should do at the start of the game. Early on, when you begin the game in character creation screen, when you want to pick your main character, what you don't want to do is pick the same class as your companions that you get very early on. The companions you can get very early on in the game, like in the first 5 to 10 hours, depends how you play the game of course, are there a lot, Chotti, and Seraphin. What it means? It means we don't need a fighter as a main character. We don't need a wizard as a main character. We don't need a priest as a main character. And we don't need a cipher as a main character. So let's go into character
Still
creation.
kicking, eh? What'll it be? Folks come.
When you start, you want to create your own character. Pick male, female, doesn't matter. Let's say male. We got races. Aumua, they have +2 to might. What it means, they're very good in close combat. As fighters, paladins, barbarians are the best. Dwarf, same thing. Although they act as tanks, to be honest, they're best with a shield, since they gain +2 to might and +1 to constitution. Elves, dexterity and perception. Good rogues, very good marksmen. That's about it for them. Godlike. Have in mind, godlikes cannot wear helmets. They're very good for wizards. Apparently damage dealers mostly. You know, quick burst damage dealers. Talk about them later. Humans, they can be everything, but the best way to go with a human is something close and personal, like Paladin. Since they gain might and resolve, humans are the best way. The best go with Paladin class. Orlan. Good thieves. Talked about them later. Alright, let's say you wanna play Aumua, or it doesn't matter. We need to go through classes. Here, you can always pick their sub-race. Island Aumua, Coastal Aumua. If you go with, I don't know, like Dwarf, get Boreal Dwarf or Mountain Dwarf. Now pay attention on this part here. It doesn't matter what you choose. Say Elf, Pale Elf, Wood Elf. Pay attention only on this part here. Till here it remains the same, but here it changes. Like for example, if you want Pale Elf, you'll get resistance to burn and freeze damage, but if you take Wood Elf, you gain natural resistance towards dexterity afflictions. Dexterity afflictions, you gain resistance to hobbled, immobilized, and paralyzed. Now, let's say we pick a human. And we're gonna choose... let's go with Meadow Folk, whatever. This part here, for the beginners, anyone that's new to the game, just go with a single class, don't go with a multi-class. The game is complicated enough, trust me. You don't wanna play with multi-class, save that for second, third playthrough. Go with a fucking single class. Classes that we have: Barbarian, Chanter, Cipher, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Priest, Ranger, Rogue, and Wizard. I already said, for the start, you don't need Wizard, you don't need a Fighter, you don't need a Priest, and you don't need a Cipher. Which leaves the next options. Barbarian, if you wanna go close and personal, Aumua is the best choice for Barbarian. Chanter, if you like to shoot and boost your whole party with songs, raise damage, accuracy, reduce recovery time, similar stuff. Chanter is very good for it, plus He uses range weapons very well. Druid, something very tough to play, to be honest. I wouldn't recommend Druid for the starters at all. Monk is a solid choice. Every class has different resource they spend when you cast spells. Barbarians uses rage, Chanter uses phrases, Cypher focus, Druid nature spells, Fighter uses discipline, Monk uses wounds, and so on. So, Paladin, best way to go, human, and I would highly recommend Paladin for all beginners. It's either Paladin, Barbarian, or Monk, but I would highly recommend Paladin. You already have a Priest early on, Ranger, not bad if you like to shoot with bow and arrow, why not? Rogue, you'll always need Rogue. Rogue is very good at detecting traps, disarming traps, opening locks, doors, chests. You know, you'll always need that shit. Now, let's say we pick Paladin as a starter. If you pick Paladin for your main class, in the first 5 hours, you'll have 5 party members. A pure tank Paladin, let's say Fighter, two-handed melee there. Then you'll have a Priest in Choti, you'll have Wizard in Alot, and you'll have Cypher. Now, that's a very good team comp. You can always choose the subclass for your Paladin. Pay attention on these parts here, bonus parts. For example, Flames of Devotion, it's a Paladin that deals damage, in other words. I'm gonna make it short as possible. Darkosi Paladini are a subclass of Paladins that can heal. You know, they give minor flame shield, and Lay on Hands can also heal. Gold Pack Paladins have Sworn Enemy. When you cast Sworn Enemy on a random enemy, they deal more damage to targeted enemy. Flames of Devotion that heal nearby allies, so-called White Flames. Shield better, has Lay on Hands, and while equipped with a shield, it engages +1 more enemy. Or to say better, if you want to go, like for example, with a tank Paladin, you'll go with this. If you want to go with a damage dealer Paladin, you'll go with this. If you want to go with Flames of Devotion, it's not bad too for a damage dealer. So have in mind what you pick, what you wanna play. For example, at the start, as I said, you have a Fighter, an off-tank, Wizard, and a Priest. It's a very good team comp, so I guess you'll need the tanks. The shield bearers of St. Elzga would be the best choice. But if you want to make your Fighter a tank, in that case you'll need Paladin that deals damage, so maybe Gold Packed Knights subclass for Paladin will be a better choice. Get it? Now, once we do that, we pick abilities. Abilities like Lay on Hands or Flames of Devotion. Go with Flame on Hands. Now, points, it's already here. You see the stars, that's what Paladin needs. For example, Paladin needs Resolve the most, because he uses Resolve to cast spells. He's stronger with Resolve. Might and Constitution are always a good choice for Paladin, and let's say we give 1 point to Intellect. That's good enough. Let me say next. Where are you from? Have in mind, picked Paladin, for example. Now, Adir gives Resolve. Deadfire Archipelago gives Dexterity. This one gives Resolve also. This one gives Intellect. This one gives Constitution. This one gives Might. This one gives Perception. Paladin, we said Resolve is the most important, but for example, you already placed 18 points here in Resolve. What should we go for is maybe intellect, because we only have like 12 points in intellect, or constitution or might, but not resolve. We already put a lot of points in resolve. So let's say we get Old Werglia. Now, what was your job? Aristocrat gives diplomacy, bluff, intimidate. All of these perks are very important. Have in mind. Mechanics are used to disarm traps. For Paladin, athletics is very good. +2 to athletics. Streetwise, athletics and intimidate is probably the best. You can intimidate your opponents in conversation. You can scale obstacles with athletics. Streetwise, to know the streets. In other words, you'll see when you start playing the game. If I have to pick something, I would probably pick this. Streetwise, athletics and intimidate for Paladin. That or Laborer. The rest is... yeah, definitely those two. So let's say this. Available weapon types. You need to pick a weapon that you want to play with, and how you want to play your Paladin. So what we know Paladin likes to go with a shield, yeah. Have in mind that shields are different, some slow you down, some don't. The smaller the shield, the faster you are, the bigger the shield, the slower you are, or better to say, the slower your attack speed is. As I said, it's a very complicated game. Let's say we pick a shield, and for the start we can pick... now let's go with large shield, so-called the wall, and a flail. Perfect for a Paladin. Flail and shield. Or, I don't know, regular sword. Half sword and shield, or warhammer and shield. Let's stick with flail. You can use flail on Paladin, mace, warhammer, sword, maybe even a spear, one-handed spear, why not? Do not use mini weapons like sabers, rapiers, daggers, stilettos. You get it? That's for rogue. It's not for Paladin. Take some bigger one-handed weapons like flails, warhammers. Get it? Next, choose portrait. That doesn't matter. You're gonna make that on your own. Next. And we name our Paladin. Say next. That's what we got. So, as I said, best starting options.
Crew's getting antsy.
Are Paladin, Barbarian, and Monk. You'll get the rest of those classes, subclasses in the game. Stick with those three for the beginning. I would highly recommend Paladin. When you level up, now this is very important too. For example, Paladin needs athletics, and he needs intimidate in conversations, or diplomacy. If you want to be kind, go with diplomacy. If you want to have fun, you'll go with intimidate. But one of those two, I would say, definitely, you'll need it. Religion is also very good on Paladin. Let's say we go with diplomacy, it doesn't matter. I want to show you this very important part. You gain this spell skills at the start. What you should know. You have a limited amount of skills, spells to cast in a fight. You can't cast them all. Focus on something here that you'll use the most. But here, passive abilities are very important. Each of them is very, very important, especially when you have like level 4, level 5. you're gonna get resistances of all types. Inspired defenses like this. They're gonna boost your armor rating for a paladin, for example, or you gain defense to resolve dexterity and might plus 20. You get it? What it means? It means that you won't get charmed, you won't get stunned, or you'll get stunned very rarely. You won't get terrified, you won't get sundered, you won't get... There are like 50 negative effects that enemies can throw at you. And all of these passive abilities can negate that and help you out, especially if you want to play on Path of the Damned. If you want to play, for example, on normal difficulty, then you can put more points into this part here. Active spells, have more fun, why the hell not? The game will be easier. But if you want to go with harder difficulties, this is the way to go. Passive abilities. You need to read and see what they give. Less recovery time when dual wielding. That's not for Paladin. We need the one for shield. Inspiring Triumph. Weapon and shield style. For example, that one. You'll gain plus 6 deflection when you use shield on Paladin. You see? Very important, in other words. Deep Fate. Plus 10 to all defenses. Mega tank at the start. Did not pick additional weapon set. It's a waste of point. So we go next. Next again. Pick athletics and it doesn't matter. Diplomacy again. So now this opened. And now this part when new thing open like this. You get Zealous Aura. Grants Paladin auras, each exclusive to each other. Focus, charge, and endurance. Grants armor rating, grants stride, and grants accuracy. It's a very good skill. You should go for it. And then you put 1 point remaining in next defensive ability, for example. Perhaps this, it gives plus 20 to all defense against resolve, dexterity, and might afflictions. And so on. I'm gonna make another guide for each class, what I think is valid. Once I spend some time in the game, like at least 100 hours, but this is it for now. I wanted to help the beginners, and I wanted to help you to choose a class at the start. And as I said, go with Paladin, go with Barbarian, or go with Monk. Just don't go with... Come on.
Maybe because
with Fighter, Wizard, Priest, or
we're not leaving any
Cypher. You can maybe pick Chanter or Druid too, but I wouldn't recommend. I highly recommend Paladin, Monk. That's about it. Or Barbarian. Gonna make a lot of guides as I go through the game when some time passes, but this is it for now, only for the beginners and the starting class. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be seeing you on the next one.